going on? It's preaching. So, after putting it on the computer, going through everything, it was this. Yeah, my sensor, exactly what it was. My camshaft position sensor. Causing me the little problems. $70 for Cummins. That's the number. I know it's backwards and everything, but that's all it was. $70. I got that. And then I also had my mechanic look at my air conditioner that I replaced and everything. Turns out I have the wrong bolts in there, right? So I was like, well, how you know? He said he could tell by how shiny that they look. It's a different threading that's on it. Mine's have a more finer threading on it, and these that I have in it, the threading is a little bit more spaced out. So I have to get different bolts to go inside of it. He said, or they're gonna eventually they're gonna start getting loose, right? This was yesterday. I was like, okay, no problem, you know, no problem. Today when I do my pre-trip, you know, I'm checking all my belts, making sure all my belts and stuff is tight, you know, looking at everything. As soon as I do the AC compressor belt, I see my AC compressor move a little bit. I was like, ah. So then I look at the bolt, and I was like, well, and it's moving a little bit where the bolt was. So I was like, So I tried to twist it. I couldn't twist it with my hand, but then as soon as I get the wrench and put the wrench on it, I'm able to turn it to tighten it back up. I said, oh, so it's already getting loose. Yeah, he was right. Now see, but that's the difference between the properly trained mechanic that went to school for this and stuff, or learned up under another person and just learned how to do it. They got that too. And just me trying to fix it and thinking as long as the bolts screw in and tighten, that it's gonna be okay. Because I thought as long as it screw in and tighten, you know, I was good. I couldn't get the other bolts that was in it because they broke, right? They had broke off. And then the other pieces was in there that they had to drill out. But when they drilled it out in pieces. So it wasn't like a whole bolt where you can like compare the threadings of it. So I just had got other bolts that fit and put in there. So I got to get the right bolts. So I got to go on Google, I guess, and order the bolts for it. Or I can look online. Some other place may have it as well. Some used part places may have the bolts that goes inside of the mount and stuff for the AC compressor. So they may have it. It's 3 bolts. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So now, part of my pre-trip and post-trip is I gotta get that wrench, and when I'm looking at it, just go ahead and make sure that they still nice and snug on there, you know, so they don't move. Because if the vibration was shaking and it moves, it can break the bolts again, and then have to dig out the bolts all over again. And I don't want to do all that because that, you know, that was some work. Like I said, I had to go to my friend's house to get that done. So I don't want to do that. I mean, you know, he'll help and everything like that. You know, I throw him a bone and stuff like that for him because he has the tools. See, that's the other thing. I'm slowly but steadily getting tools and stuff that I need to do my own work. And because I'm doing my own work, you know, I'm also learning. Like I learned the threading of the bolts. You know, it's a learning thing for me. You know, I didn't think about the threading of the bolts. Now, when my air governor, when that broke and I had to replace my air governor and one of the bolts was missing, I took the bolt to the place. We have a place where I stay at called Apple, And then I just told them, hey, I need this. And then I saw him, putting bolts together and stuff, but I thought maybe he was doing the length of it and stuff. He probably was comparing the threading to make sure that the threading matches the actual bolt that I had in that particular size too. So he probably was doing that, So I just didn't think. But it's a learning experience. Sorry, my ear itchy. So, so it's a learning experience for me. And there ain't nothing break so far. So he said it should be all right, but I need to go on here and hurry up and get that fixed. Or because if they're not in there right, it can mess up the threading. But even if I mess up the threading, he said that he can go back and rethread it again to make sure that it's okay. So it's not a biggie, basically, is what it's saying. It's not a biggie. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, but after he then looked at everything on the truck and on the computer, I also have him make sure that everything was operating right, because it is things that happens that the computer can see that doesn't show up on your truck and stuff. So I had to make sure everything was working right, that the turbo was operating in how it's supposed to be operating within the normal range of that. Made sure everything was pumping, made sure my starter had enough power going to it and things like that. I made sure the alternator was putting out the right amount of ohms and things. I just went, while he had the computer and everything, we went ahead and just tested everything, just to make sure everything was copacetic and stuff with the truck. Which it is. So only thing I got is those bolts for my AC compressor. So I figured since it is running loose, that I'm not gonna put that much strain and stuff on it by running the AC, and not unless I really have to, and things like this. Do that make a difference? Honestly, I don't know. Y'all can laugh all y'all want to. I know some of y'all laughing like, that ain't gonna make a difference. A belt is a belt. But what happens is when the clutch engages, it puts more tension on the belt. So when it putting more tension on the belt, well, it's putting more tension on AC compressor as well. With the bolts being wrong, the vibration could shake them loose again. And I don't want the belt to jump off and get caught up in my other belts, like it did one time before. When the belt broke, it got caught up in the other belts, which wound up breaking other belts and broke my wire harness for my AC, not AC, but my coolant, on my coolant sensor and on my wiper motor, and that just caused more issues and more problems that I don't want to deal with. So that's just something I got to watch and make sure everything is okay and stuff. Yeah, y'all see my old little Warner shirt here. Yes, it's a work shirt. Okay, it's a work shirt. I got all these shirts for work. I'm not finna throw them away simply because I don't work for the company no more. And then it's funny because even today, I'm picking up this load here in North Carolina, and then the guy was like, "So who you work for? You work for West? Do you work for Warner?" I said, "No, I'm signed on to West." So I know you see the shirt, but don't worry about what the shirt says. I'm like, it's what's on a piece of paper, because they see this. Or like when I'm at the truck stop fueling up, and now all of a sudden the guy want to start talking about Warner because he see I have a Warner shirt on and everything like that. It's just running his mouth. That's all he was doing, just like running his mouth and stuff. So I ain't saying that. And then the other guy just laughing. You gonna let him talk about your company like that? I said, I don't work for Warner. I said, besides, when I did work for Warner, they paid me what I wanted to get paid. So hey, I'm fine. So I don't know where he get his numbers from, but by the time I left, I was at $1,600, $1,700 a week. Sometimes $1,800, $1,900 a week. So I don't know what he's talking about. Even when I first started, I was still at least $1,300 a week. So that was fine for me. And that's another thing, okay? When you're getting out here and you're getting these jobs, as long as there's enough money for you. Just because it's not enough money for somebody else, that's them. That's them in their pocket. How they run their life, how they spend their money. That's not how you spend your money or you manage your money, okay? Long as you making enough money for you. And then when it comes up time to where that it's not what you need, it's not enough for you, then yeah, you leave, okay? Yeah, you leave. I don't have no quarrels with Warner. Warner was a great company for me. When I did wrong and I didn't do my logs right, you know, they suspended me for training, but that was something because I did. People always want to tell you what the company did to them, but they never want to tell you what they did with the company. I wasn't making no money. Oh, I only was doing like 1,400 miles a week. Well, it's a reason why you only doing 1,400 miles. Sometimes y'all really listen to people now. Really listen to people. How in the world somebody else is doing 3,000 miles, 3,100 miles, 2,900 miles a week, and this person is only doing 1,500 miles a week. Something wrong somewhere. It's not the company. The company is there to make money. Okay, so that's what they there for. They there to make money. If you is not making your appointments on time, you out there sightseeing, you not being courteous to the customers when you get there, they calling, complaining on you, things like that, that can affect your pocket. You know, that's one thing about a job. When you're a company, the first thing they want to do is affect your pockets, because that's how they hurt you. Okay, they figure you hurting the company, we gonna hurt you, and we gonna hurt you with your pockets. Okay, so that's what they do. You know, that's the bottom line. People are always quick to tell you what a company does, but they very slow to tell you what they did. They never tell you, hey, I was delivering all my loads on time. I wasn't trying to deny any loads. I took any load that they gave me. You know, I made sure I was there. I made sure I was courteous and stuff. And I still was getting, they don't say that. They just say, hey, yeah, man, I wasn't getting no miles. I only got 2 loads for the week. Okay, why you only got 2 loads for the week? I've never had problems with loads. Never, not one time. And I had what? 1, 2, 3, 4 different fleet managers throughout my time there. Never had a problem with loads. Never had a problem with miles. Never had a problem with miles whatsoever. I mean, one week I think I got 2,200 miles one week, right? I got 2,200 miles one week. And I know I didn't do nothing. It just how the stuff had just played out that one particular week. Because I got to the place and then they took like 9 hours to load me. So the other load, he said, well, the other load that they had to give me when I make it to the other place, they don't have to give me no more because I'm not going to make it to my delivery at the first scheduled time. So then I made it to the delivery. Then I had to wait a whole extra day before they found another load for me. So by the end of the week, I didn't have that many miles that week. But then that following week, I wound up with like 3,400 miles. So I mean, I was fine. You can't knock it out the park. Everything can't be a home run. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that was what was wrong with Karen. So I'm about through with the engine. So now I got working on stuff on the outside like shocks. I got to put new shocks on. I'm gonna need front brakes. They getting there. I probably got a good 3-4 months left on front brakes. I gotta get front brakes. I gotta get shocks, and already getting my drive tires put on. Once I get the drive tires put on, I'm getting the 3-axle alignment. And once I finish with the 3-axle alignment, and then the shocks, and then the brakes, then I'm done with all mechanical stuff on the truck. And then I start working on the cosmetics parts of the truck. Once I get that done, I already got a dashboard that's getting built for this truck. So it's going to be a whole brand new dash. And the flooring is real simple for the flooring. I don't even want to talk about the floor because it's just that simple to redo the floor. The dashboard is the most important. It's the dashboard and stuff. So I'm get the dashboard, and then I have the flooring done. Then I get 2 new seats done, and then the final touch would be the paint. And then by the time I get the paint on it, that's the only thing I'm gonna need. Then I'm done and over with the truck. I don't got to put no more money in the truck. I just got to finish maintaining the truck. All right, that's it for me. Y'all take it easy. Y'all have a great day.